Hello, everyone, and welcome to the InDesigner, the podcast that provides information, instruction, and insight for designers working in or learning Adobe InDesign. I'm your host, Michael Murphy, and this is episode 12, my second video podcast and the second part of our nested style sheets lesson. I just want to quickly comment up front about the overwhelmingly positive response I've received to the first video podcast last week. I want to thank everybody who took the time to send me emails from all over the world. So thank you, and I appreciate the feedback. It keeps me motivated to keep this thing going. One more quick note about the video. I noticed a review posted on the iTunes Music Store by someone who was disappointed that the video was not presented in the iPod video format, which automatically syncs to the new video iPods. In order to show what I need to show on screen, the 320 by 240 size of iPod video just does not cut it. You just can't see anything on the screen, and it negates all of the value of going to video in the first place. So I may post a test for people to download on their own. So in the meantime, we're sticking with this format and size. And if you missed last week's episode, I highly recommend you go back and check it out before continuing with this one. We're picking up exactly where part 1 left off without any recap of the previous steps that we took, and we're going to build on the very same example. So, if everyone's all caught up and ready, let's dive right in to Nested Style Sheets Part 2. Applying style sheets one at a time, the way I did in this example, is all well and good for one product write-up, but I want to format as many of these product write-ups as possible with the least amount of repetitive work. Now this write-up has a specific pattern. It starts with a company name, a what's new paragraph, a value paragraph, a URL, and then a phone number. So if I can tell InDesign what pattern to follow to insert character styles within paragraph styles, doesn't it follow that I should be able to tell InDesign what paragraph styles to apply in what order? Of course it does, and that's exactly what we're going to set up here. I'm going to start by modifying the company name style, and from the next style dropdown, I am going to select what's new, which is the next style in the sequence. You can probably figure out what happens next. I edit what's new and select value as the next style. I edit value and select URL as the next style. I edit the URL and select phone as the next style. And let's see if that does what we expect it to do. I'm going to drag over this unformatted copy of the text. I'm going to select all. And I can't just click company name because that applies company name to every single paragraph. What I need to do is control click or right click on the PC and select apply company name then next style. And there you go. The entire thing, 5 paragraphs with 5 separate paragraph styles, each with nested styles within them, all formatted in what amounts to little more than a single click. Not bad, right? But it's still just one write-up. I have pages of this stuff that I need formatted. In fact, I'm going to bring in a bit more of this text now, and let's see if we can apply this whole process to more than one bit of text at a time. And now you can see that I've got 2 columns of these write-ups all following the same pattern. Let's select all and try this apply company name then next style. And that does not work. And the reason it doesn't work is because there are 2 problems actually. One is that I have not accounted for the fact that there are additional lines of space in between each of these write-ups. So let's deal with that now. What I'm going to do is duplicate one of my existing styles, the what's new style, and call it blank line. Then I need to fix the second problem, which is putting in 2 very crucial next style instructions. First I go to phone, which is the last item in my sequence. And for phone, I select the next style as blank line. Then I go to blank line and select my next style to be company name. And I click OK. I have now set up a formatting loop that goes from company name through all of the successive styles to the blank line and then back to company name again. And let's see what that does for us. Control click or right click on company name and select apply company name, then next style. And there you go. All of these paragraphs, all formatted with one single click. And this is just 2 columns of text. But the thing is, whether it's one write-up or 100 write-ups, whether it's 2 pages or 20 pages, it doesn't require any more effort than what you just saw me do to this little sample that we have here. I told you we just scratched the surface last week, didn't I? Now, let me finish off this installment by showing off what could be called a stupid nested style sheet trick. It's not because it's something you're going to need to do, but it's just because I get a kick out of it, and you never know, if you do have someone typing directly in your InDesign document, this might actually come in handy. If I put my cursor in this text frame here, and I make sure that company name is designated as my starting style, watch what happens as I just start typing in. And then I hit a return. Then I keep typing. Notice how everything I type is being formatted on the fly. Next week, I'm going to get into some additional details about how you can make sure that your style sheets have built-in flexibility to deal with editorial changes, and we'll talk about how to make changes to style sheets and apply them to your whole document without having to go back to the dialog boxes. And I'll do some very quick demonstrations of some of the more elaborate style sheets that I've set up and show how they can be applied quickly. Until then, this is Michael Murphy for the InDesigner Video Podcast. Thanks for watching.